Yeah, so just smack a little intro and then we'll get going.
Let's do
you
it,
ready?
baby. Let's
Think
do
you
it.
look good? All right. Hello, everybody. Wait, hold on. Does that camera? It looks about normal, right? I feel like, yeah, I mean, I'm in frame. I think it's fine. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the program of Bloom Pod. I'm not joined by my lovely co-lead today, obviously, with we got a new face over there. This is a little fun, kind of a little intimidating, honestly.
For you?
For me, yes.
Yeah.
But Maddie is on his honeymoon with his sweet wife, Abby, in Hawaii right now. He's a little too cool for us right now. So back here in New Jersey, I'm joined by my lovely boss, Andrew DiMarcangelo.
What's up, Jake?
Dude, what's up with you? How do you feel right now? Because you're a loyal Bloom Pod patron here.
I am, yeah.
Patron. Yeah.
I'm the only Patreon subscriber of the Bloom Pod.
If we had a Patreon, you'd be on that like $10 a month subscription for sure.
Dude,
you'd be on at least the second tier.
Absolutely. And then I'd be on the top tier.
Okay, top tier.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just tell you right now. I'll get the glazing out of the way.
Let's do it.
I'm extremely, extremely proud of you.
Oh,
I think you and Crank have done an awesome job.
Wow.
I was excited to have us do a podcast, but I didn't think it would be as good as it's been.
Wow.
So that's all the praise I'm going to give you.
Okay.
So it's gonna be,
and it's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill from here. Yeah.
Man, people don't know how rare that is for you to give me kind of praise like that.
mean,
Usually it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, you're easy pickings. Yeah. You are the office.
I'm easy.
You're the
Yeah.
office noob. You're the office noob. No, but for real, guys. I mean, like, obviously it's still small in terms of viewership and listenership.
Right.
But you and Crank have such a great like vibe together.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it
you
is
know,
fun.
most podcasts are kind of dry.
Yeah.
To say that you guys are the best personal audio podcast out there is it's kind of funny, but it's like true.
It is hilarious.
Because, you know, whatever else is out there is not nearly as fun. So
Yeah.
as a audio enthusiast, as an audiophile, you know, light, I would say.
Yeah.
A podcast like you guys have been putting out, where it's like you guys do talk about gear, you guys do talk about, you know, products and like what's new and stuff like that. But it's also like really casual and fun, and like, you know, for somebody who's new to the hobby or like in the hobby but not like, you know, an ultra nerd about it, it's really fun.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Because it's been hard. Like I think when we started, I would have said like I really want to do something that makes the hobby more accessible for more people. Because that's just something that I've been blown away by. Like since I've been here at Bloom, is like kind of like, where has all this stuff been like my whole life? Especially when it comes to like the budget stuff, where it's like, you know, I'm not freaking made of money, baby, but like I can afford the Prelude or the orchestra lights, or like the budget stuff just really fascinates me. I'm like, well, there is stuff to bridge the gap of like music enjoyers and audiophiles. There's gear out there. So like, how can we make it more accessible to get more people into the hobby? And not even just from a bringing customers to Bloom standpoint, just purely from like, hey, this is like kind of rocked my world a little bit. Saying changed my life seems ridiculous, because just this job has changed my life. But like just the hobby itself, I enjoy it. So like how can me and Maddie help bridge that gap? And I think content does that. I mean, content helped me learn a lot when I got started, but we realized pretty quick, like it sure is just still a niche hobby. So like it's hard
and
to
these brands, like, you know, you brought the Prelude, like who's heard of Dita?
I know.
Like how many, you walk down the street, Nobody knows who Dita is.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who Zgot is. Like these brands, they make these great products, but it's still so under the radar for so many people.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, it's not like the Bloom Pod, which gets, you know, 300 views or whatever, or 500 total listeners. Like, it's not like we're going to be making a dent in terms of like bringing the mass, you know, market into this hobby, or like everybody who's about to go to Target and buy $150 headphones. Now they know, like, wait a second, if I go on bloomaudio.com, I'll see all these other options that I didn't know exist. Like, we'll get there. You know, I really do believe we're going to get there to a point where, you know, more and more people are going to realize that like Apple and Beats and Bose aren't the only brands out there making high quality, affordable audio products. But like for everybody who already is an audiophile, already does care about headphones, this is like a hobby for them. This is something that they get excited about. You know, having a place, having a regular weekly podcast where, you know, you and Crank just chill and talk about this stuff. Like, I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Dude, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Your support, I mean, you know how much your support means to us, and you've been giving us the green light on a lot, which that's why I always say, like, man, I still can't believe we're doing it, because I can't believe how engaging people have been in the comments. Like, it's just the coolest thing. But I mean, I think this is episode 12. I think we're 12 episodes in, at a weekly rate.
That episode last week with
James was unbelievable.
So I was on vacation last week.
Yes.
I was pretty pissed that I wasn't here, because James is just like,
he's such a cool guy.
He's such a cool guy. Like, I want to bask in James's presence for like a couple hours and just let it wash over me.
Because, dude, it is like that.
Dude, I mean, he
has an aura about him. He does. It radiates off him, like, when he's around. But he's also so smart. He's like so wicked smart. Like, when he was he literally hung out all day, and he actually came back the next day too. The next day he was coming out more like, it was almost like demo and stuff. But he wasn't there that much the next day. But he hung out all day and was just like talking to each different people at Bloom. Like, what can we do to help you? What can we do to help you? How do you guys do this? Like, just wanted to learn. Like James wanted to learn. Like I look at James, I'm like, you know everything. You know what I mean? Like, he's just so smart and like just such a great guy. I mean, everyone had a good time. We all went out to lunch and it was just awesome. And that episode was unbelievable too.
It was. I enjoyed it. I was in Virginia. I was on a run. I was listening to it, and I was just enjoying every minute of it. I feel like he's the type of guy that I'm guessing he's like mid-40s or something. It seems like he's like one of these guys that has just like done everything. Yeah. Like, he's met everybody. Yep. He's done everything. You could talk to him for hours, for days, and like never get bored. Like, he's just like a fascinating person. That's why I told him. I said, James, I think you are the most interesting man in the world. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Because he just would keep like name dropping. Like, he's literally one of those guys who's worked with so many A-list celebrities and like done so many crazy things, where when you ask him, he actually is like, oh man, like, I don't know, because there's so many options. So he's trying to pick like one, or like, we're like, who's the most famous person you ever worked for? He's like, he doesn't care. Well, first of all, he doesn't care. Yeah. But then like, he'll just casually be like, oh yeah, I worked with Tom Brady. I met Tom Brady. And then of course Crank is like, whoa, like, yeah, but freaking out. He's down to earth. Yeah. He's not pretentious. No. He's not like walking in like, oh yeah, I worked with, so-and-so. He's a regular guy. Yeah, it's true. I love him. You sounded like Josh when he did his thing for youth camp there. First minute, oh yeah, I work with Tom Brady. I guess we usually will get into like a little icebreaker to start out, but I feel like we kind of just been talking. I do have an icebreaker for you. Maybe I'll hit you with it at the end of the episode. A little silly. Hit me right now. Hit me right now? Yeah, what's the icebreaker? All right, well, I was perusing your Letterboxd. Okay. And I know you're a movie guy. You know I'm a movie guy. There was 2 reviews that I saw that I think were a little controversial, and I just wanted to bring them up on the podcast. All right, bring it. So you rated. By the way, I haven't used Letterboxd. I know you haven't. Years. I won't leak your Letterboxd either. I won't leak it. And you don't actually have a lot of movies on there. Like I know you've like. There was like, I don't know, maybe a 6-month period where you were logging every movie. Got into like using Letterboxd. Yeah. And actually, an old friend of mine, old coworker, Matt Kalowski, Slim from the like, 70mm podcast. Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, he works at Letterboxd, and I feel like he got a lot of people into it around that time that I was using it. So it's a cool platform. I feel like for movie buffs, like Letterboxd is it. Oh yeah, Letterboxd is so sick. It's awesome. I love it. That's like become my personality trait, is like getting all my friends on Letterboxd. Even if you're like casual, like I just need you on Letterboxd. I want to see what you're watching. Yeah. But anyway, you gave the original Mission Impossible movie 3 stars. Is that unusual, or is that? I just feel like Mission Impossible. So like I both the movies that I'm gonna call out here, I gave 4.5 stars. Okay. You gave Mission Impossible 3 stars, which is not a bad rating. It's not like you hated the movie, but I'm just like, for how iconic that movie is, even just the soundtrack. Tom Cruise is kind of my go. Did I write? I was just like, did I write anything, or did I just give it a rating? You did. You wrote something. I think I just think that you generally. What was this, like acknowledged or something? I don't know. Yeah, probably. Okay. I think you generally acknowledge that it's iconic, but like I was just a little surprised. Like that just to me seems like a pretty goated movie, like Mission Impossible, like the first Mission Impossible that you gave 3 stars to. I was like, huh, like that just seems a little contrarian. I think there's a lot of movies that are iconic that if you rewatch them now without that kind of nostalgia, they're not as like amazing as you think.
You said you better believe my cheeks were clenched as the sweat beaded on Tom's glasses during that scene when
That's
he's
an
hanging.
amazing scene.
That's such an incredible
amazing
scene.
yeah.
That like I see scenes like that though, and I'm just like, this is cinema. Like it's just so
100%,
good.
100%.
I think you said you had a problem with the plot and the pacing. I guess it can be considered slow. I don't know. That one surprised. That one and The Incredibles. You gave The Incredibles 3 stars. Dude, The Incredibles has got to be like the best Pixar movie of all time. It's like the best superhero movie ever.
That's completely false. The best one is WALL-E by far. You want to talk about cinema? WALL-E is cinema. WALL-E is the type of movie, the only Pixar movie in the Criterion Collection. WALL-E is the type of movie that actually...
WALL-E has a Criterion?
Yes.
Wow.
That movie is art. Now, you can watch you can watch any movie and just be like, I'm going to base this on how much I enjoyed it or how much I had fun. Maybe I sat down and I reviewed Mission Impossible, gave it a 3-star rating based on like that night, how much did I enjoy it?
Yeah,
I wasn't critiquing it for its direction and for its cinematography and for its acting. It was just more like, yeah, it's a 3-star movie.
Well, that gives me even just a better understanding. Because, I mean, everyone's ratings are different. But those 2 3-star ratings, I was like, wow, like those are like...
I think The Incredibles is somewhat overrated. Like, I enjoy it. I think it's a good movie. It's definitely a high-tier Pixar movie.
Yeah.
I love Pixar, by the way.
Yeah.
Toy Story quadrilogy, phenomenal.
Tarantino says that the Toy Story trilogy is the best trilogy of all time. Isn't that funny?
That's interesting.
It's very interesting from him. Yeah. But yeah, Toy Story is incredible.
Yeah, it's really good. No, I think Incredibles is a great movie. Maybe even, more than 3 stars, but it's not my favorite by any stretch.
Dang. Maybe that wasn't as much of a hot take as I thought it was, but I wanted to get you on a movie review because I love your Letterboxd because it looks like you took it so seriously, and now I'm like, dang, like I wish you were still on Letterboxd. You're probably not watching movies, man.
I don't watch a lot of movies.
Kids.
Yeah. I don't watch, I'm looking forward to, I thought about this recently, I'm looking forward to a day when my kids are all old enough that a lot of movies that I wouldn't want them watching right now, we can watch together as a family.
Yeah.
Like we do watch movies together as a family, but not that often. And I know like my son Isaac, he's often saying like, oh, I can't wait to watch Alien and Matrix and like these R-rated movies that like right now, like he's 13. I'm like, let's wait a little while.
Let's wait a couple of years.
I think actually for his 14th birthday, we're gonna watch Alien together.
That's so sick.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's so sick. Oh man, I want to be there. I guess like that's a perfect segue. I wanted to just talk a little bit about like your backstory before Bloom. So obviously like, and we've been going for a while, but we haven't been going that long. It's been a good intro. I guess, like, obviously, people now that are listening to this podcast would just know you from our About Us. Maybe they've seen you at Can Jam, that, like, you're obviously owner, founder, boss man, everything of Bloom Audio. But, like, what were you doing, like, right before Bloom? And, like, I know you were a big resale guy, too. And so, like, I wonder if, like how much that influenced, like, you obviously started your own business in selling products, but, like, how much maybe that played a part in it? And maybe just a little bit of your backstory before we talk Bloom.
Sure. How far back you want me to go? I mean, I could.
So when were you, when you were born?
No, so I'll be honest with you, the selling things online bug hit me early. Like I was on eBay as like a 13-year-old, like, with my mom's account selling like hockey cards and selling like, video games, stuff like that. Like I've just loved online selling for a long time. Prior to starting Bloom, I was working at Comixology, which was a subsidiary of Amazon. When I started working there, it was a startup in Midtown New York City. A couple years later, maybe 3 years after I started, it got acquired by Amazon. While I was working at Comixology, I would often, just on the side, just like flip stuff, whether it was like graphics cards or, whatever. And like, I think for a while, like I knew like I really wanted to start a business selling something online.
E-commerce.
E-commerce. Yeah. So I for a while, I thought it was going to be computer stuff. Like I've been into like building my own PCs for decades. Like I started in my teens, like if you've ever seen like AD Custom as like my profile name, that started as like AD Custom Computers, like when I was like 15, 16, I was like, I was building computers for people, and like I would have loved to start like a Newegg type business, like selling computer parts. The thing with that though is that like the wholesale, like the margins for computer parts are razor thin. So unless you're like Best Buy or Newegg or Amazon and you're buying, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of components from the manufacturer, you're getting just absolute like garbage margins.
Yeah.
So for a small time seller, like prior to starting Bloom, I had a wholesale account with a variety of like computer part distributors. And I was reselling.
Under 80 Custom?
Yeah, well, it was called Endgame Computing, but like I was selling stuff on Amazon, like mostly hot graphics cards. So the reason I was able to make money is like for years, graphics cards were in really high demand, really low supply. So I would buy them at wholesale, which was only maybe 5-10% of margin under retail, but I would just list them at like the lowest price on Amazon, and those prices were really inflated. This was around the time that like a lot of people were buying graphics cards to mine like Ethereum stuff. So there was a lot of like mining stuff, and I would say from like 2018 to 2022, like graphics cards were just like, they were always sold out.
Yeah.
So I was able to like resell a lot of that stuff. All that being said, like I got into audio. I've had a few different times in my life where I've gotten into audio. The time that I got into audio, it was like around the time that my daughter, we adopted from India. My daughter came home. She was around 2 years old.
Yeah.
I had another 2-year-old son, and I was working from home 4 days a week when I was at Comixology. So I'd commute into New York City once a week.
Well, you guys had to be in India for a while, right?
We were there for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so when I first started like going down the rabbit hole, like the headphone rabbit hole was, I had two 2-year-olds at home. I was working from home 4 days a week, and I was just looking for like high quality headphones. I was like, listen, if I'm going to be working from home and I've got 2-year-olds screaming downstairs, like I just want to get like a nice pair of headphones. And like to me, it was like, I was aware of like Sony and Bose and stuff like that, but I was like, I want like a nice pair of headphones.
Yeah.
So I might have like learned about like, the Focal, Clear or something like that. I forget like the first headphone, but it was like learning about like, wow, there's like $1,000, $4,000 headphones out there.
Yeah.
And then just like, as I sort of started getting into, that, I think I probably bought like a shit Modi or a shit, whatever their DAC amp is, like maybe like $200 DAC amp and like a Focal Clear or something like that. Yeah. I got into, the head-fi side of things. And as I was getting into it, I was like realizing that these products had pretty decent like dealer margin.
Yeah.
And because, there wasn't like a, like with like computer stuff, like Best Buy, Newegg, Amazon, like they like own that market. Like there wasn't like a Goliath that was like in the audio market who just like owned it from like a retail standpoint.
Where you could come get everything, all the brands, all under one store essentially.
Yeah, it was still, it's still.
Were you just buying like? Was it more just like straight from the manufacturers back then?
I was buying stuff on eBay. Like I'm like a big eBay guy, so like I probably bought like a used pair of headphones at first on eBay or whatever. But anyway, in terms of like what sort of got me down the path of starting Bloom is like realizing like I could be a small time, solo entrepreneur reselling audio products. And even if my volume wasn't high, like I could still put food on the table because, there was decent margins. So I figured like, okay, maybe I could just start this as like, a business where I'm just like growing the amount of brands I offer, growing the amount of products I offer. And if I could establish myself as an expert and somebody who was just like obsessive about customer service, even if there are other stores out there who are offering these products as well, like maybe I could start building a loyal customer base of people who just want to deal with me because they have a great experience dealing with me. So that is sort of what got Bloom, that seed planter where I was like, I don't expect to turn this into a huge company, at least not right away. But like, if I can do something I love, which is selling stuff online, with products that I enjoy, like I'm not like a crazy audiophile or someone who obsesses over audio the way that like a lot of customers
we do. Yeah.
But like, I love music and
Yep.
I love this gear. So it's like, okay, I could sell these products that at least I find fascinating and interesting and
Yeah.
you know, really it's enjoyable for me to see how much joy it brings our customers. Like
Yeah.
people who are, you know, passionate music fans. That's, you know, kind of how that ball got started.
Yeah. So and that's interesting. Like you did join this hobby as like just an enthusiast. Like it sounds like you got your first pair. Like when you started researching, like you needed headphones. You're probably looking for like just the best noise canceling at the time because you had two 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
Terrible twos, just screaming at each other, and you had to work. So like I imagine it was probably like you might have even been looking. I guess you said like you wanted nice headphones, but like even just like probably noise canceling, right? Because if you don't know much about this world,
I definitely had a pair of Bose Quiet Comfort.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, I don't know what's the Sony XM6 now or whatever it is. It was probably like the 2 back then or the 1. I don't remember. I definitely, you know, I would buy, try, and resell stuff to see if like, you know.
like a lot of our customers.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, I don't know, like, am I gonna like these headphones? Well, I gotta buy them and try them out or whatever. So, you know, I would buy stuff used on eBay but really it was like learning that Focal existed, learning that Meze existed. Like, you know, the Meze 99 Classics were like starting to get popular around the time that I first got into Head-Fi stuff. And then I listened to a prototype of the Empyrean, probably like Can Jam, like 2018, 2019, I think. And like that.
So but hold on. So you're at Can Jam 2018 or 2019. At this point, Bloom is a company.
No,
really new, or did you go to Can Jams before you officially took the plunge and you're like, this is what we're doing? Because it sounds to me like you really were just like an enjoyer of this hobby for a while.
Yeah, not too long. So I think Bloom started May 2019.
Yeah.
I think my first Can Jam was probably February 2019.
Okay.
So I probably went there for the first time where I was sort of gearing up for launching Bloom.
So you knew in the back of your head, like, this is something that you wanted to do?
Well, I quit my job at Comixology in January. So from January to May, I was like laying the groundwork for Bloom while also still trying to like make ends meet flipping graphics cards.
Yeah.
So and
was Amy working at the time, or it was just you?
No, I don't think she was working at the time. She stopped for a while after Tulsi and Reed. Yeah. So she might have been working like really part-time, like 5 hours a week or something.
But you were grinding, just setting up this. So that's why you were at Can Jam, because like you were like, this is what we're doing.
I think that first Can Jam I went to, I was like just meeting people. I was just trying to network. Like, hey, you know, I'm planning on starting a store in a few months. Like, I would love to sell your products. Like a lot of the first brands that I brought on board with Bloom were just people who like, you know, like Mircha at Meze, like people who were really generous with their time, really kind to me as just like a literal total nobody.
As a noob. Yeah.
Yep. And like Jim Moulton from Noble, like the fact that they were willing to let me resell their products and like me not I had somewhat of a background in like, you know, success selling things online, but certainly not in audio. And like just the ability to like get started with a handful of brands where like they were very kind to me, and I really like, you know, I wasn't able to say like, hey, I'm going to be able to, you know, move the needle from you in terms of how many units I could sell. But like, I promise you that I'm going to represent your brand well.
Yes.
Like maybe I'll sell 3 Empyreans this year, but like all 3 of those Empyrean owners are going to be really happy. Not only happy with the Empyrean, but just how well I provided, you know, service ahead of time, support after the sale. Like, and I think that's Bloom's success, and like the whole DNA is just rooted in like obsessive customer service. You know, it's like, you know, you can buy the Empyrean from Bloom, you could buy it from 5 other places, but like I will make sure I do everything I can to ensure that you have the best experience shopping with us. So.
Yeah. It's funny, like, and I wanted to talk about the core values as well, because Bloom is the first, like, I know you were reselling stuff, and like you said, you had a wholesale account, but like, this is the first like company that you started. Yeah. Like as an entrepreneur, like as like, this is like, okay, we're really doing this. Like, so, and you establish yourself. It is funny how like our core values on our website just align with like what, you were doing just right from the beginning of like he said, I may only sell one or two of these, but like I guarantee like these will be the happiest owners of the Empyrean 2 in the entire world. Like
Yeah.
how and like I know you credit a lot of like just Bloom's success to that, but that was really just from the beginning. Like that was your main number one thing was like our core values, customer experience, and like I guess like it's almost sad, but I feel like that's probably not as common with people starting a business, right? Because I mean, you're in like you need to make money. You got 3 kids, right?
Yeah.
Like you need to provide, and obviously, and you quit your job and like you're starting a business in like a world where you're like not 100%. You're kind of a noob, kind of just like an enjoyer of it, and like now you're like literally shaping your life around this. But you're still like at the end of the day, it's like, well, we're gonna brand ourselves on like this will be the best experience that you've had just shopping generally, like. I just want to hear like more like about that because I feel like that's got to be pretty rare nowadays. Like even still, just like in like new startups or it's just something. I just feel like Bloom's customer service has changed like my view on customer service, and so like I kind of want to hear you talk like a little bit more about that from like a starting out standpoint, maybe.
Sure.
Oh shoot! Oh, it's my phone.
What's like? Where do you want me to start? Like, what's the question?
I guess
really
it's just like you always knew like that's how you were going to market yourself. Like that was always from the get-go. Like obviously you're a Christian and like that was like always just going to be like a big part of like Bloom's branding and like this is how we're starting this. Like do you feel like that like gave you an edge like early on? Cuz like you didn't have all the technical knowledge.
Sure. So I was trying to learn that. I was trying to learn the market. I was trying to learn the you know the technical stuff.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, like because there wasn't like the way to differentiate from your competitors in our market is really just based on like the quality of service. Because if someone's going to spend $1,000 on a pair of headphones and 5 different stores are all selling it for $1,000 because in our industry there's something called minimum advertised pricing where the brand, the manufacturer, they set the price. So if Meze says the Empyrean 2 is going to be $3,000, every brand partner, every retailer of the Empyrean has to sell it for the $3,000. So the only way to really differentiate yourself is by certainly availability, fast shipping, all that, but it's really the service side of things.
Yeah.
So I was convinced if I had any shot of making Bloom successful, of growing it into something bigger, I had to differentiate based on service. And also, like, I had a lot of customer service experience in my DNA. I was doing customer service for Comixology. I had, done other like marketing, IT type stuff prior to that where, the customer experience and really just like building products around the customer and like being very customer obsessed was something that was just like already part of kind of the way that I thought about business. Yeah. So with Bloom, it was really that. Like some of my early wins were like people who were kind enough to like, take a chance on you. Yeah, take a chance on me, and then also like recommend Bloom to their friends, and like some of the early like word of mouth was like really helpful because. I couldn't afford like advertising a lot. And like, if there were people on HeadFi who had a good experience shopping with Bloom, like, they maybe talk about it. And that was just like really helpful. Yeah. So that first year, I mean, like 2019, I paid myself 25 grand. Like, I was really just like trying to do everything I could to get, to bootstrap Bloom without going into debt. Yeah. And, just try to just turn it into something that could support my family. Yeah. And then like, And you were alone for a year before you brought on Steve. Yeah, I brought Steve on. So I started right before COVID? It was right before COVID. So May 2019 was when Bloom launched. And then I think around February, March, I brought Steve on. That was a crazy time. I mean, of course. That was like, so it was like early 2020. I'm thinking like, okay, I think Bloom is gonna work out. Like there's momentum. I had some success with repeat customers and things like that. So I brought Steve on board. I think I brought him on board part-time at first. COVID hit March. That month was really scary because not only did like sales just drop off and like, I was concerned about the viability of Bloom altogether, but it was like, that first month, it was like, are we going to die? Like,
well,
how much
course.
toilet paper do I need to buy? And like, is like, maybe Bloom's going to fail, but like also like, am I going to like lose my parents to this, crazy disease that's going around or whatever, virus? So, March was a scary time. I would say by that summer.
And you just brought on your first employee.
I know, it was rough. And I feel bad for
Poor
Steve. Steve had a rough, God bless him. He's awesome. Like his experience was not super great early on because I was obviously stressed out about just like how like is Bloom going to survive, and then
it's so crazy, man. That's such a crazy story.
Interestingly, COVID ended up being helpful for Bloom, and I think a lot of other e-commerce brands would say the same. Is like that summer when the stimulus checks started flowing in, and like a lot of people who were working from home and maybe looking for high quality headphones.
Yep.
And, now they've got some money to spend, and the concern about, maybe are they going to lose their job is gone because their company, went to complete remote work or whatever. That summer ended up being really helpful for Bloom in terms of helping us build some more momentum. So I would say like that spring, March, April especially were really scary. But by the summer and then certainly heading into the fall and stuff, like I was, much more optimistic that we were going to be okay.
Yeah. It is crazy too how that all worked out. I mean, first of all, 2020, what a roller coaster that was. I mean, it was a roller coaster for everyone. And I was at Bud's at the time, and then it's funny because Bud's didn't, the pool company, Bud's didn't slow down at all. Because now it's like everybody's home. And so everybody's home, and it's like, man, you know what? Maybe we will open up the swimming pool this year for people that maybe haven't opened it in a couple of years. And like, so it's weird how, and so it's devastating because obviously COVID destroyed so many small businesses, right? Just brutal. Yeah, and it's a weird thing for when it did have the opposite effect. It is just like this, it was crazy. That was a scary time.
Should you Slack the team and tell them to turn the AC off? I don't know if that comes in through the mics.
No, it's good. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Cool.
So then you brought on Steve, so you have 2020, and then you brought on Scott, and then you brought on Lauren, but then she quit. And then you brought on Crank. I wanted to talk about bringing on Crank because I know that or Matthew, we should say. We say nicknames, and
I haven't called
by
him
now.
Matt. I haven't called him Matt or Matthew in years.
Yeah.
So
Crank is Matthew, we should say. But I want to talk about bringing on Matthew because he was working with me at Bud's, and you poached him. So he was my guy.
Well, as he's already said in the pod, he actually wasn't working at Bud's at that time.
Well, he was actually technically working at Amazon because he couldn't figure out how to collect unemployment, which is hilarious. But I want to talk about bringing on Matthew because I think he's obviously, I think him and Steve are like the faces, almost like the faces of Bloom, especially in a content sense. You see him at Can Jam, and like I know Maddie's got a couple of fans out there. I know he was obviously brought on for a very different role than what he's doing now, and I know you are very fond of him. And so,
dude, I love Crank.
So you brought on Crank, and like that just must have been a totally different vibe, like to what Bloom was at the time, which was a company of I guess 3.
Yeah.
So you bring Crank on, and he's I don't know 18, 19, whatever. Tell me about that.
Sure. Yeah. So I brought him on to do shipping, and his.
How many orders were you like shipping out a day at that time?
Bruh, I have no idea. It's hard to think.
I guess enough to bring on someone to just do shipping full time.
15, 20. Like I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, Crank was one of the many things I love about Crank is he's just a very curious person. He's very, very interested in learning. And I think what he did really well early on is like we would have slow days. We would have days where he wasn't shipping much. And he was on YouTube. He was on HeadFi. And he was just like obsessively trying to learn about the stuff that we sold and about our market. So I think what made him really successful early on is like he was willing to, put in the hours of time to learn and understand our products and our market. And he expressed an interest in like, I want to do reviews, I want to do content, and he has a great eye for design. I think he already knew from like a lot of YouTube creators that he followed like how to make good videos. But he was, definitely like a noob at like knowing about audio stuff. And I just think over time he just he's just learned a ton.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, he's I don't know. I don't want to just turn this into a gush fest over Crink, but like he's his work ethic's amazing. He's such a sweet, kind, fun guy that like any customer who talks to him just loves him.
Yeah, they fall in love.
So it's like, he's awesome.
What have been some of your highlights? Because now Bloom's been in business for, I guess, 6 years, right? So for 2025, so it's been over 6 years. What have been just some of your like personal favorite memories or highlights just with the team or whatever over the last 6 years? It can be personally or professionally.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think if anything specific comes to mind. Like,
when you brought me on so you could step out of CS?
No, that wouldn't be a dude, I don't know. Like, the thing that makes Bloom special is the people. I think everybody knows that. Like, our team is really special. We have some awesome people that work here. And, like, I'm really proud of how much, like, I've sought to build the culture here and, like, around our core values and around, like, being obsessed with excellence and being obsessed with like, just treating our customers really well. But like Bloom's growth and success is so much attributed to the quality of our people here. You included, Crank included, our podcast boys. And I think just like everybody, everybody who gets to interact with us, whether it's a customer or a brand partner or a supplier or our UPS pickup guy, like, I think, like we have a really special team. And like that, like by far my highlight and the thing I'm most proud of is the people here and the team that I put together and how much everybody not only, has a great work ethic and are people of integrity, but like the camaraderie and the love that we have together. It's awesome.
It's unreal.
Like if you get to work and like be surrounded by people that you genuinely love and care about, like you're so like unbelievably blessed. And like to do what I do and like, get to, provide for my family with a type of, career that I enjoy while also being surrounded by people that I love is just like unimaginable blessing.
How do you beat it?
You really can't.
And it all does, like, it all boils down to, like, what you started this company based on, like, with, like, your core values of, like, customer experience. Because I think, like, it's almost like interacting with us is fun. Like, it's fun to be a Bloom customer. People come in and they're like, what's up, brah? Like, they come in, like, repeat customers talk to us like that. And, like, we're saying, like, peace, noobs, in live chats. Like, peace out, noob. Like, sending emojis in live chat. Like, it is, like, so part of that is, like, okay, we have to be professional. We have to know who we can do that with, but we can do that with a lot of people. Like there is this, like, I think people from the outside see that and like they feel comfortable with us. And like, I know it's like a family-owned business, but like it feels like a family. Like how much do we talk about how this feels like a family here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what I want to say. Like, if you're not having fun and you're not like being just like real and genuine with people, like what's the point? Yeah. Like, if you've ever worked for a large corporation, like, when I was at Comixology / Amazon, like, so much of the, like, corporate, like, cruft and just, like, sterile, like, robotic type of, like, go to another retailer and deal with their customer service where you feel like you're talking to a bot. I mean,
literally.
Or talking to someone at Bloom where it's just like you're having a conversation with somebody who one loves music, loves audio, is excited to talk about it, but is just like a real person and not someone who's just trying to shill you like we don't have any salespeople here. Like we literally don't. Like I've never made any effort to have us, try to hit some kind of sales goal. Like we're going to sell 50 units of the 105 Silva because I want to hit this Q4 target goals so that like there's no bonuses based on how much we could sell. There's no commission.
No commission.
It's just like we're just telling people what we think they'll like.
Yeah.
So if someone comes in is like, here's the gear that I have. Here's the type of sound signature I like. Like, can you recommend me a product? And like, whatever you recommend might be slightly different than Chin or than Daddy. And it's like, it's just going to be based on like, hey, I think you're going to love this headphone, and that's why I'm recommending it. You're not doing it because you want to make more money. You're not doing it because you know that like, oh, we've got a huge stock of this, so let's make sure we push this. Like
there's nothing in it for us. I mean, that like we are purely recommending things based on like what we think people are going to like, because that is at the end of the day, it's like just want them to have the best experience. So then part of that also is like, well, at the end of this awesome experience interacting with us, hopefully they love the product, right? Sure. That's roped in with it.
Well, I mean, we want to make sure that they love the product too, because like we don't want them to return it. Like, it's just like there's no benefit in us trying to push something that's either like over their budget or that we make more money on or whatever. Like, because ultimately, like if they're not happy, they're going to return it, or they might just not shop with us again. Yeah. So like, let's just be honest, and we'll tell them like what's good about this product, what's not good about it. There are products that we have in our store because we carry the full lineup of a certain brand that like there's some stuff's just not that good. Yeah. So it's like we're not going to recommend brand X's, $3,000 headphone that just sucks compared to other $3,000 headphones that we carry, because
or even other cheaper headphones.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, especially now with IEMs where there's like so many incredible IEMs at low prices. It's like you don't need to spend $4,000 in IEMs to be happy. And like, they're going to be people who come to us who want $4,000 IEMs, and great, like we carry them and we'll let you know which the best ones are. Yeah. But like we don't got to push that on anybody, because there's so many great options at much more affordable prices that still sound phenomenal. Yeah, exactly. So like let's get people, super happy about how much they're enjoying listening to music on a $200 IEM, and maybe they come back in the future when, they want to upgrade to something better or whatever. Like we'll be here.
Yeah, and I love like the freedom that we have in every way that this is set up. I love the freedom that like we have in content for like me to come on here and say like I don't like an IEM, and it is like, and we talked to James about that. Like it's a weird, and James was you heard the podcast, he was saying like the same thing like with Linsol. They're like I'm allowed to say whatever I want about the Linsol stuff. There's stuff I don't like that I've done reviews on, and I say I don't like it, and it's like a hot take, But it is like. It's funny because it's literally called personal audio for different reasons, but like it is so subjective. It is so opinionated. Sure. Like me and Steve, man, I look up to Steve so much, and like I need his help all the time. But man, we just disagree on like so many IEMs. We just disagree like from like entire brands. Like it's not even like, oh, I like this one more than this one. It's like, no, I really don't like any of their stuff, and it's your favorite. Like, and like for us to be able to we can disagree internally, but like the difference I think with us is like we're actually also like just letting people know. Like I'll let people know like, yeah, dude, honestly, I don't like that IEM. Like I think if that's what you're looking for, you should look for something more like this. Like just the freedom that we have to do that, I think also sets us apart. And whether it's in content or in customer service. Sure. And I imagine that's how you were too when you were in CS. I'm bummed that I missed you in CS. Part of me still secretly hopes that like that I'll come this back. Busy. Well, no, I don't want you to come back. I just am hoping that like this busy season I'll get to see you interact. I'm sure. No, maybe not.
We'll see, man.
That's why you brought me on. So I guess that'd be a bad news if you were in CS.
Yeah. So
in the busy season.
Any Bloom customer listening who's interacted with me in the past, like I used to do a lot of customer service work, even as I was like, building the company. Like I was not only, was I doing it out of necessity, like there would be periods of time where we would experience growth and our volumes would go up, and I would have to hop in Reamaze and answer emails just because we needed to. Yeah. But I also love it. And like coming out of the customer service part of thing was like really hard for me to do, because it was by far the thing that I enjoyed doing the most. Yeah. Like, if I had to sit and look at, our QuickBooks or, like
Oh, yeah.
try to like, look, like make a spreadsheet. Like that stuff is just so boring to me.
Yeah.
Like I love
talking to people.
I love the customer service. Like,
Yeah.
like my passion is customer service.
Yeah.
Like if I were ever to go, and I'm not going to do this, but like if I were ever to go to another like huge company, like I would want to, be the VP of customer service. Like that,
Yeah.
that's what gets me most excited. Like
Yeah.
I don't care about the sales. I don't care about well, it's not that I don't care about it, but it's just like the thing.
I know what you're saying.
The thing that
Yeah.
gets me excited is
Yeah.
is making people really, really happy, building loyalty through, phenomenal service and all that. So all that being said, right around the time that I hired you, like it was like, all right, I know that my time needs to be focused on other aspects of building the company, and like, spending 30 hours a week doing customer service is just not sustainable. So, but I do miss it. I mean, I really I love that.
Yeah, it's funny. Like even from the start, like when I was talking to you about working here, like the pressure was on right away. Like you're like looking at customer service like it's your baby. You're like,
it is my
this
baby.
is my
It is my
child.
baby.
Like, just so you know, like if you're in customer service, like this is a really big deal. It's like, whoa, dude, okay. Like,
and dude, I've told you recently, I said that, I was going to give you a little glaze in the beginning and then stop, but I might glaze you a little bit more right now, but
here it is.
Glaze the team. I am so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Like Crink, Daddy, also known as Marty, which is actually not his real name. He's also Matthew. Chin, Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb.
And you guys are so good.
Thanks, man.
And I'm so proud of you. Like,
Yeah.
for me to, be crazy and obsessed and like just insane about the quality of our customer service, and then to just like kind of walk away from the daily, grind or whatever of doing it, and just to have the confidence and faith I have in the four of you, like I truly could not be happier.
Thanks,
like,
man.
You guys are doing a phenomenal job.
You're in good hands. Our wise one,
I know
our leader.
that.
I know Sage is our wise one, but you're kind of also our wise one. Like, you are.
I'm just.
You're the wise one.
I think Sage he's the one that has the wisdom.
Certainly in technical aspects.
Yeah.
What do I think we've been going for almost an hour here.
Have we really?
I think so, dude. I think just about.
Felt like 10 minutes.
I know, dude. It flies by. What do you have, like, what's getting you excited about Bloom, like, the next 5 years? Like what are you, like, looking forward to do, whether you're looking to expand into something or, I mean, we're already a team of 10. Like, it's got to be insane. I mean, we got this office now that we're already kind of outgrowing already. And
Dude, that was the week that...
I started.
Yeah, was it the week you started?
Dude, when I started there, it was just a zoo. I mean, it was just insane.
Well, what's crazy is that, like, our old office... We were bursting at the seams there. Like, our inventory was bursting at the seams. This is also somewhat unique. I don't know if this is inside baseball or whatever, but like, it's very common for e-commerce brands to outsource their logistics, outsource their fulfillment. We do all of our fulfillment in-house, which I'm very, very intent on keeping it that way. That gives us the chance to really, own the entire experience and make sure that we're delivering the same quality, through our shipping and through our fulfillment as we do through service and all that. So we do all of our shipping in-house, and like in our old office, we had just had like, floor to ceiling stacks in a couple rooms. We're in this new building, I don't know, triple, quadruple the size of our old office.
Oh, yeah.
In a way, like a legitimate...
At least 4 times.
A legitimate
with a whole
warehouse. And like, we move in and it's like, how is our warehouse full?
Yeah,
like
bursting at the seams already.
Where did everything fit in our old office? So we're going to be here for
at least another couple of years.
A couple more years. Like,
at least 2 more years.
Yeah. Well, our lease is 3 years with a 2-year extension option. Yeah. But so I don't think we're going to be here much longer than 3 years. In terms of answering your question, like, what's the future for Bloom? Honestly, the future is like, all of our growth and success has been organic, and it's been based on everything we talked about: the customer experience, building loyalty, and just having people want to shop with us and come back, and as they continue to grow their interest in audio and buy our audio products. But like, we're going to eventually expand into other things.
Yeah.
I don't know the time frame for that. Like,
Yeah, it's hard. It's so hard to.
yeah,
so
like
hard to say.
we've dabbled in 2-channel stuff. Like we have a couple speaker brands. We have a couple,
It's right behind us.
Yeah, and like, I'm excited about getting more into the 2-channel market.
Dude, I am too.
Car audio, other home audio products. I don't know the timeline of that. Some of that's based on like the fact that we literally don't have any room for it in our inventory, in our warehouse right now. Some of it is just like, we're all like, I think, obviously I have a biased opinion here. I think we're establishing ourselves as like the experts and like the go-to personal audio store in North America.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to necessarily like distract us with like, okay, so now I'm telling you guys like, you also need to be learning about all these car audio products. And like, maybe that's going to diminish the experience that all of our core audience already has with us, people who are like, head-fi centric.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather us just continue to be the best we could possibly be in our niche, which we're already like, kind of established as an expert and as like, a top store at, then try to like diversify into all these other product segments that would just, it would be like it would diminish the overall experience. That being said, I think
as the team grows too, you can have people specialize in different things.
Exactly. Will I eventually hire a couple people who have a history, of selling 2-channel products? Possibly. Yeah. I think like Bloom Audio will continue to grow into just a broader audio store. That could even, eventually go beyond audio into video stuff and into,
Dude, can we please start selling TVs?
No, actually, selling TVs is not a good business.
Really?
Dude, the margins are really bad.
Oh, no.
Dealing like you deal with a lot of returns here.
Yep.
Like, can you imagine getting like TV returns every day?
Oh, dang it.
Getting like
hopefully by the time that we start selling
70-inch TVs dropped off here and stuff.
Well, hopefully by the time we start selling OLED TVs and I can get nice discounts on them. Hopefully by that time I'll be out of returns and I'll just be telling the people that work under me to deal with those returns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But all that being said, like Bloom's future is just, it's going to be more of the same, like obsessing over the quality of our customer service.
Yep.
I think like we'll organically grow into other segments. I don't want to do it like in a way that is too much too soon or like
unnatural.
I don't want to just like go out and like get a bunch of debt so that we can start
bring on a bunch
bring on 20 brands at the same time. Like I would rather
That's
just
insane.
be like a an organic type of thing.
How about a storefront? Like a legit storefront.
I don't
maybe
wanna,
in the next building.
Yeah, I don't want to do a storefront, but what I do want to do is something similar to what like Zeppelin and Company does in Singapore, where they have like it's like a coffee shop / storefront. Like I would love to do something in Philly where it's like maybe it's limited hours. Maybe it's just like Friday through Sunday or something where we have more of like a hangout place where people can come in, they could demo, we more or less have that here. Like we have a demo room. We have tons of gear that people, multiple times a week come in and demo, but have it be more of like a retail type of setting where maybe it's a coffee shop or an ice cream shop or whatever. But,
we could throw shows there too.
That would be cool. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think eventually we'll do something that is a little bit more like, hey, like we have people showing up here and they're just like, oh, I saw you guys in Google Maps. Like, can I listen to audio stuff? And, we might be like, oh, hey, we're booked up for today, but we, you could book an appointment for tomorrow or whatever. I would love to have more of a retail presence, but that is the type of thing where it's like, that would be fun, but it's not a priority right now.
Yeah. Any more side quests for you in the future? I mean, you own a Ben & Jerry's franchise now.
I do own a Ben & Jerry's
on
franchise.
9th Street in Ocean City?
11th, yeah.
11th Street,
yeah,
okay.
That's been cool. That was not something that I ever thought I would do. Like it's sort of
ice cream man.
Well, I do love ice cream. Like
yeah, you do.
I love ice cream, and it's been a really cool experience. The beginning of this year, when a friend of mine presented me the opportunity to buy it, like it was,
Juice or Wayne?
It was Justice. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Justice. Like I thought it was a cool idea, but like I was like, well, I'm already,
Yeah.
all the time I'm spending with Bloom Audio, like how am I gonna, run an ice cream shop or whatever, and I, my the vast majority of my focus is still Bloom, but
Oh yeah.
But the Ben & Jerry's thing has been fun. I mean, it's really,
Family work days. That's so sweet.
It's awesome.
You guys have so much fun when you
I'm
do
there
that.
with my kids and we're scooping ice cream cones. We're looking out at the ocean. Like it's awesome.
That's so much fun,
great.
man.
Not making any money though.
They're not making any money.
We honestly, like, I'm hoping to break even this year, but whatever. It's it's fun.
That's so funny. You would think for sure you buy a Ben & Jerry's on the boardwalk.
Dude, the rent is insane. Like,
I can't imagine.
You start with,
How much is it to own one of those things?
to own a building on the boardwalk?
Gotta be millions, right?
Probably, yeah.
Oh gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's insane. The ice cream thing, yeah. I mean, I was bummed. Like, I was kind of bummed. Like when I found out about the Ben & Jerry's stuff, I was like, dang, man, like Andrew's not going to be here all summer. And
But I have been.
Yeah, you've been here.
I go there one day a
summer.
week, yeah.
Well, yeah, and like even then, like you would like schedule times you're going to be there, and then you're like, yeah, I don't even need to be there as much as I thought. So it's like, oh, like it's like just like normal, like.
Yeah. So interesting.
I was bummed though, like young Jake at Bloom, like, dang, man, Andrew's already, man, this sucks. Like,
yeah,
that's funny.
So one, it's a very seasonal thing. It's like the Ocean City is a vacation town.
Yep.
Like, the Ben & Jerry's is open from like mid-April to early September.
Memorial Day to Labor Day.
So I knew it would be just a summer thing. And then on top of that, like I've had a great staff there. I've had a great assistant manager. I haven't really needed to be there that much. As we wind things down and as a lot of my staff like went out,
go back to school,
went to school, went to college, I will be there more, but it's fun, man. Like, I didn't do it for the money, obviously. Like it's really just like getting to, provide a good job for some young kids, help teach them good work ethic, good customer service skills, good communication skills.
Yeah.
For my boys to be able to, work side by side with them and kind of
that's so sick.
Teach them, like it's been fun.
And the company's theirs one day, right? I mean, they're going to be my boss one day, right? Who do you think, Ike or Reed? Who's going to be my boss one day?
I don't know, man. I have no.
Who do you hope is my boss one day? Who are you rooting for?
We'll see, obviously.
Yeah, dude.
She would kick your butt, man.
She would kick my butt.
She would kick
How old are your kids?
13, 11. My son Reed just turned 11 yesterday, and 10. Tulsi's about 10.
13, 11, and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to be my boss one day. Isn't that funny to think about now?
Dude, let me put it this way. And I've told my kids this before. Like, I know I've experience working in other family businesses. Like, I have no interest in putting any of them in a position that they're not qualified or capable of doing. Like, I would love it if my kids worked at Bloom at some point.
I'm sure they will in some capacity.
It's likely, but like I also like I'm never gonna put any of them in a position of like leadership that they're not capable of doing.
Yeah, of course.
Just because they're my kid. Like, that's really stupid.
No, and when we joke, like obviously like we're joking around about Ike being like my boss, like
it's Isaac, but yeah,
is so funny. Yeah, and it probably actually will happen. He's a smart dude.
He is smart, but like, I don't know. Maybe he wants to be a comic book artist. Like,
yeah.
I don't. I'm not gonna just be like, well, Isaac, your future is Bloom Audio, whether you like it or not. Like, I want him to do what he wants to do. And
dude, that would be so funny. Any more side quests coming up for you? Anything? You're an entrepreneur. Do you view yourself as an entrepreneur?
Sure. That word applies. Yeah.
I know it's a weird one. So what's next for you then, dude?
Bloom is next, man. Like,
it's
Bloom is my baby. Like, I want to see Bloom continue to grow. I want to bring on more people. Yeah. Like, the sky's the limit for us. Like, I'll scoop some ice cream on the side. Maybe I'll, do it like just like will I do another, side project? Maybe. I don't have anything on the radar. On the radar right now.
Just grow and Bloom.
Yeah, Bloom is my focus for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so sick. Dude, I think we should wrap up because it's been probably over an hour. Dude, thank you so much for giving me this time.
It's been great, Jake.
Like, it's been so much fun.
Yeah.
We got to have you back on again.
Anytime. Yeah.
I don't know, like
I'm the number one Bloom Pod fan.
Yeah, you are the number one Bloom Pod fan. I don't I don't know who knows what we're going to do moving forward with Bloom Pod. I mean, we got to make sure we can do everything once it gets busy during the holiday season. And I don't know what it's going to look like, but I imagine like more guest episodes or more 3 people. Like, we got to have like Chin and Marty, like a customer service episode, or like maybe at the end of the year, like just a big round table. Like, I don't know. I just think we have so many
Yeah,
ideas,
there's plenty of
but
things we could do.
you'll be back. I mean, your office is two doors down, so we know where to find you. But dude, thanks so much for your time. Seriously, like this is
man.
gonna be really cool. I think
been fun.
people are gonna enjoy this. You know our sign off, right?
Peace, noobs.
Got to hit at the same time though. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Peace, noobs. Got to get the thumbnail.
I mean, we could probably do a better thumbnail than that.
No, the thumbnail of just us like going to the pizza.
Yeah,
Hut
but we
and doing
could
it
do
fun.
something better than that.
Shake hands.
What
if we shook
What if we
hands?
recreate the Office meme of like Michael Scott when he has like when he's young and he's like shaking Ed Truck's hand?
Oh yeah. Sit down. We're gonna have to sit down. So I'll be down here, and then no, it's I think it is. It is actually like,
it's not a left-handed.
because this hand's on this shoulder.
Left-handed shake?
Yeah.
Is this in frame?
So then your shoulder goes on and dead face. Okay, good. That's perfect.